Everybody wants more cat video. Everybody wants more cat. Whoa. Oh, there we go. What's going on, everybody? So, until we get a whole bunch of people in here asking questions, I'm going to answer some questions that, by the way, that recording that you're just hearing, or you might hear, that's from a video really recorded about an hour ago. That's going to be up on my channel probably tomorrow, Sunday, or Monday. Cat's name, Emma. Say hi, Emma. Wow. She's cool. She's relaxed. Who's the best saxophonist and why is it Kenny G? Well, it's Kenny G because he's the chosen one. He didn't choose that life. He is the chosen one. And that's most important. What's going on, everybody? When will you do the reaction video? Oh, to the videos. That's soon. I have a whole bunch. I got a whole ton of videos to react to, and I'm really excited. I think I've seen. I didn't look at them yet, but I think I've seen a few of them before. But there's definitely a lot that aren't in my wheelhouse there. How do you get out of a rut in terms of practicing motivation? My thing is always. By the way, welcome everybody in. It looks like a bunch more people are jumping on now. Welcome everybody. This is Emma. Emma's awesome. Oh God, she looks like she wants to get away, but she doesn't. Emma from Bella. Hey, Steph, what up? What's up, Steph? How to get out of a rut when practicing? Adam asked that. The big thing for me is always have a goal in mind. So like whether it's a gig, whether it's a recording, whether it's something else, and a lot of people don't have a goal in mind. Caleb, get out of here! No brass in here. Although I do have a bugle. I have a lot of weird instruments. If you see in the back, there's an accordion. There's some other percussion. There's a bugle. I'll play this later if you want. Okay, she's gonna go for now. I'll get her back later. So. Let me answer the first question. I got 800 questions that I always jump around with. If you don't have anything specific to work towards, like you don't have a gig coming up, nobody's got a gig coming up right now. You don't have a gig coming up, you don't have a recording, something like that. Make little goals for yourself. So say, I want to be better at playing jazz. Well, that's a very vague kind of goal. You want to say, all right, I want to get better at playing melodically. Like I was working with one of my students. He goes, I want to create more melodies when I play. So, you have a specific goal and work towards that goal and say, okay, by the end of this week, I'm going to be able to play play this song, play Donna Lee like a ballad or something and record yourself a lot. That's a big thing for me. Even if you're not going to do anything with it, just record yourself to listen back, but always set small goals. Hi from Germany. Hello from Germany, Dennis. Hey, what's up? That's awesome. I hope you guys are getting through safely with all this craziness right now. For those that are watching this not live, who are watching it again, this is March 21st, 2020, in the middle of the pandemic. Sorry, I apologize. In the middle of all this craziness. We've all had stuff canceled because of it. I actually just put out a video, though, a gig vlog. If you guys haven't seen it, go after this, go to my videos and watch that. I was in Dallas, Texas last week on March 11th and 12th. I still flew there and 1,500 people bought tickets to this concert and only about 250 or 300 showed up. So it's pretty crazy. How long have I been studying jazz? I guess, what do you mean by studying jazz? I started taking lessons in high school or 8th grade, high school around there. But I didn't really know anything until I got to college. I didn't know about like theory or Mixolydian scales. And I remember going to a college audition and they were like, play these scales. And I said, I don't know what that is. I saw it on like region auditions and stuff, but oh, look at all the cat here. Oh my God. I saw it on region auditions and stuff, but I didn't really know what it was. So I guess college when I really started studying jazz. Best way to work on intonation. So the best way to work on intonation, a lot of people just say long tones, like that's a standard answer. But I put out a video about long tones, and in there I talk about intonation. The big thing for me is do it in context. So like play a line. Oh, look, I have my soprano here. Oh, amazing. The G sharp key is super sticky. Rulon, do you make key leaves for soprano? I guess they'll work here too, but I need another set. Send me a set, man. I want to see the dog. The dog's with my father right now. Sorry, Steph. So if you're practicing intonation, the way I would do it, one is play a song or a line or a scale or something and pick a spot that you want to work on, like a specific note. Don't just say, stare at a tuner and play. But if you're playing a scale, as soon as you get to that one note, play it and stay on it exactly the way you started it. So if you start it a little open, start it tight, whatever, stay on it, hear it. Does it sound in tune to you? If it does, then look over at the tuner. Don't be looking at the whole time and see where it is. Do the same thing, repeat it again. If the tendency is the same thing, you need to then adjust the way you're hearing some of the notes and then adjust here. So that way, when you get to it, you know exactly what it takes, especially when skipping up to notes. Like to be able to hear where that is ahead of time. If I went, it's going to be dead flat. And then you want to, one, if you can hear that it's out of tune, then you make the adjustment. But if you think it's in tune and it's not, then you have to kind of say, okay, my tendency is to be flat. My tendency is to be sharp, stuff like that. But do it in context. Just go up to a certain note that you're like either improvising or scale or a song, hit that one note and then look at the tuner. My problem is I can always, hello from Spain. Hey, Mr. Pabgon from Spain. I hope you guys are getting through okay as well. Hearing a lot of crazy stuff. Web page or app you can recommend for ear training, Russell. Ear training, I just listen. I just listen to records, listen to recordings, and then try to learn melodies that way. That's the best thing I have to say about that. My problem a lot of times, guys, with this kind of thing, when I'm getting rapid fire, lots of questions, is that I tend to talk way too much about one specific question. And if you've ever studied with me, either online or not, you know that I can talk forever. So let me see here. How do you create coherent solos beyond knowing the chord scales? Well, first of all, I hate chord scales. It's not. You shouldn't just see a chord and think a scale. So if you see C major, don't always think, C major scale. You see D7, don't always think D mixolydian. So beyond that, how do I create coherent solos is create melody. That's why I always say, play it as a ballad. I had a student do that the other day with, what were we doing? There Will Never Be Another You. And I had him play the first 9 bars as a ballad. And he was like struggling big time because you really have to create melody when you do it as a ballad. So the overall thing is think melody first. And what is a good melody? Using guide tunes, using this, using whatever. Think about how somebody would sing through the melody or sing through a melody and create it like that. And then speed up the tempo and keep that same melody in your mind. Even when I'm playing super fast, doing all this stuff, there's still some guide tone line, melodic, actual melody, lines that are going through. And that's the main thing for me is think melody, create melody. Which Kenny do you prefer? Kenny G. What kind of question is that? Hold on. People think this is a joke. If you saw Jay Metcalf's video where I taught him how to play smooth jazz, we do have the Kenny G real book. But this live stream actually isn't about Kenny G. But he's always with us. Okay. Your advice to play high notes in tune. Well, find the tendency that you have. I have this mug. I keep trying. Black coffee only. You have to find your tendency. So some people bite too much in the upper register and they're super tight and it goes real sharp. Some people are way too loose because they don't develop the embouchure and they go, ugh, and they're really flat. So you have to find your tendency and then do what I said before about intonation. You can go back and listen to that about working on it in context, going up to a line, whether it's in a song, it's in a scale, and then hitting that note dead on, looking at the tuner and seeing, okay, was it flat? When you just play a note by itself, you're going to have a lot more chance of playing in tune rather than you're jumping to it. You jump an octave. Check out Adam Larson's Leaps and Sounds books. He has 3 volumes out. Large intervals, jumping around. If you work on that slowly as a ballad, once again, you work on it intonation wise, you'll be able to nail each pitch. And this is why brass players can do this so much better because they're used to that. Sax players get lazy. We get lazy. We just press the keys and the note comes out. But we have to really do the same thing. We have to place where the note is with our tongue, with our embouchure and everything. That bugle is a good Back scratcher. Let's see. I can play it a little bit. Should probably clean the mouthpiece, but look at this thing. What key is this in? That's a concert A flat. Why would this be in concert D flat? Can't play smooth jazz bugle. Doesn't work too good. Oh my God. The birds are going nuts. Probably hear them in the background. All right. What sax players influenced you the most? In the beginning, obviously, Charlie Parker, Coltrane, Cannonball. Give me 1 second. There we go. I'm back. Okay. Dick Oates is one of the other ones as well. Dick Oates, Kenny Garrett. Michael Brecker was big too. In college, I was really into Michael Brecker. What's the one thing you learned from Dick Oates? Leave space for the band when you're playing, whether you're playing by yourself, a cappella, or you're doing anything. Always hear that band in your head. Always be interacting. A solo is not a solo unless you're playing by yourself. And even when you're playing by yourself, you should still be thinking musically and think interactively. So if I'm playing even a cappella with the sticky key, a cappella, I'm still hearing a rhythm section in my head. So I'm hearing all those in between little hits, and he was really big on that. And he would, smack his keys and do all these sorts of things. Is there a webpage or app? Oh man, I skipped around. Hello, fellow New Jerseyan. That's right. Welcome to the live stream from another New Jersey. How often is pitch correction used while recording saxophone? Beats me. I guess people would use it more if it's in like a pop setting where it has to really line up with like electronic instruments and you're recording everything super separately, overdubbing it afterwards. But in like a jazz setting or my settings, that's not common. Beats me. And who paid for your music lessons? Hi, Mom. Love you. You did. Oh my God, so many questions. Hold on. Oh my goodness. All right, guys. So give me a second here. There's a million questions here. All right, I'm gonna start going a little fast. Do you know the 10 grades of improvisation? I don't. I need to check it out though. I don't know what that is. Tenor sax is the best sax. Don't at me. Abedin Subak. Man, get out of here. We all know that for smooth it's this, and for real jazz, it's alto. Alto, alto, alto. You got any good vintage horn recommendations? Don't want to break the bank. So I have I've been borrowing it for like 5 years now. The Con 10M, they're going for like $1,000 or less, and the thing plays great. Now the one thing is, like, I feel like my technique is so limited on it because it's like hard to play, and the way the keys are set up and the pinky keys are all jacked up here. It doesn't feel good to play, but it sounds really good. So a Con 10M tenor, and for alto, I don't really know. I've been playing the same Mark 6 since 2001, so I'm not really sure. I have the super annoying 14-bar audition with 16ths at 104. So 16th notes, 104 beats a minute. Any tips for getting it fast? Yeah, I did a video on that about playing fast. Obviously, take it slow, but take it in groupings. So like if you have a measure of 16th notes, instead of doing just like trying to run the measure, do the first 5 notes. So the first 4 notes into the downbeat of 2, then start on beat 2, play into the downbeat 3, then put 1, 2 in the beginning of 3 together. Then just work on 3, then 2, 3, then 1, 2, 3, then 4, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Look at I think it's called just playing fast, or how to play fast. I forget what my video is called. What mouthpiece do you use for soprano? It's a Barry, I think it's a 65 mouthpiece, Barry Woodwinds. Yeah, 65. I've had that one forever as well. Can you start by physically composing your jazz line? Did you start by physically composing your jazz lines, like writing out solos? No, I didn't. I learned everything by ear, and I said that in the beginning. I didn't really start studying and getting into all this stuff, like all the theory and everything, until I was in college. Like when I was in high school, everything was by ear. So I was just an ear player. Like I have a couple recordings from, well, like one from high school. And it's funny because you can hear me like kind of play the changes, but I'm not like playing the changes, if you know what I mean. I'm like playing the sounds and not really like getting into the changes like I would teach someone now. Like some of these high school kids now are ridiculously good. But no, I didn't write anything out because I didn't really know what I was doing. I just like played by ear. I just listened a lot. What do you do when you feel discouraged from playing? Take a break. Just don't do it. I'm a big believer in balance. So I do a lot of other things. And I'm, hold on a second. Hot take in a second. 15 minutes and 45 seconds. Hot take. I don't enjoy practicing music on really any instrument. I enjoy playing music. I don't enjoy practicing. So when you say feel discouraged from playing, if you mean like discouraged from practicing, just take a break. We know that we have to practice at some point, but just take a break. But even if it is playing too, take a break. Go do something else, whether it's for a day or a week or whatever. Just take a break. It'll be better for you in the long run. Do you think you found your voice yet, whether compositionally? Simon Huang, a lot of you, oh my God, there's a ton of questions. I got to go faster. If a lot of you have always asked about Simon, and he's in the comments here. What's up, Simon? Hope you're doing good, man. Are you back? You're not back in New Jersey, are you? Let me know if you are. But we'll do another video together. And do I think you found your voice yet, compositionally or through improvisation? No, I don't think so. I think I'm getting closer to kind of what I hear, but that changes all the time. So I'm not just guessing anymore. I remember when I was in high school and even into college, I was just guessing. I was like, oh, I like the way Kenny Garrett sounds. So I would just like randomly try to do that. But I'm getting closer to, I'm kind of, I think it's like this, like in the beginning, you have all these different things and you're not sure how you want to sound. Then as you get older, I guess it makes it's easier to kind of know roughly what I want to sound like, but I don't think I'm there yet. I think I don't think anybody ever really gets there. How to get into playing bebop? Just listen to bebop recordings, Charlie Parker, Dizzy Gillespie, all that stuff. Dave, as an alto player, what's the best way to improve at specifically the alto sax? That's a loaded question. Play it more. I don't get a teacher that plays alto and you could talk about specific alto things. Because if you're talking about tone and sound, that's a separate question. Why didn't I get into the regional band despite me being the alto with the most language? Would it be because the judge is more of a classical player? Ooh, I don't know. It could be, if there could be classical judges in there, but it's not all about just language. It's about how you put together the solo. And was the audition just based on your improv, or is it based on written stuff as well? How to play on major 7, sharp 11? Well, the notes are 1, 2, 3, sharp 4, and then the major 7. So if you have concert C major 7, sharp 11, so that's D major for me. There's actually one thing right now that if you take a major 7, sharp 11, and what you do is you go to the major 7. So for example, in concert C major, the 7 is B natural. If you play a B minor pentatonic, that actually sounds really cool. So the chord is, oh my God. Sorry guys, G sharp key. Probably should have picked a different. Let me pick, I'll pick concert B flat. So in concert B flat, you would play an A minor pentatonic. And it's a really cool sound for that. So play whatever the major 7 is, play that minor pentatonic. Do I have any more slots for online students? I do. Send me a message on Instagram or send me an email, Dylan Ring. All right, I got to catch up. Do you have your horns already set in the practice room? No, I put them away because once again, I don't practice every day, and that's being generous. I don't practice every day. I put them away. I took this out just for the live stream. I always put them away. Are you eventually going to make a video, comment on video submitted? Yes. I have those ready. Maybe I'll do that like tomorrow because once again, we're stuck inside. I'm just doing yard work, housework, and a lot of video stuff. Why is Kenny G a meme? He's not. If you think he's a meme, why do you think he's a meme? Do you think I'm joking with all this stuff? Like I don't love Kenny G? Do you think this is like not my life or something? I want you to think about that question. Is Kenny G a meme? I want you to really think about that. Look yourself in the mirror and say, why did I ask that question? Why did I insult Dave like that? Disappointed. What's the best way to start incorporating the altered scale, more advanced language? Well, think melodically still. Well, here we go. Think melodically, and just add it little by little. It's just like seasoning when you cook. You can, if you have great seasoning, you can't fix, chicken that's raw or something. But you got to make sure the melody is there. Make sure the main part of the meal is there. Then the seasoning is just the extra stuff. So all that altered stuff and advanced language, make sure your melodies are there. Then just know where to incorporate it. Usually if you're talking altered stuff, it's going to be over dominant chords and stuff like that. Incorporate then you're playing. If you guys are commenting right now, I'm way behind on these questions. How do I balance David Salibi? Sorry. Hey, Dave, love your playing. Thank you. How do you balance the teaching gigs you have with practicing and getting better at your instrument? Well, I don't get better at my instrument every day in the sense of practicing. I'm not sitting at home and working on scales every day. Really playing, playing, what do you call it? Playing with my students in the lessons just helps me stay up with like embouchure and sound stuff. But, I don't get better every single day by playing. I'm just constantly on the instrument. From teaching and stuff and making these videos, and I'm thinking about it all the time, but I'm very efficient with the way I do things. I like to think I am because I don't enjoy practicing. To me, practicing music for hours is not fun. Bonjour, Steph, I have to like Google Translate what you just said. Hold on, guys. Translate, because Steph posted in French. Oh my God, I highlighted the wrong thing. Hello from Princeton, New Jersey. I like your comments, so thank you. It's not bad for someone who plays the sax with no trumpet. Was that the bugle thing? Yeah. Dylan says, hey, Simon. Oh, my God, bugle sounds like Kenny G. That's how far back I am. I'm reading comments from when I was playing. Do you have a method for learning jazz standards? I can often memorize the melody. Yeah. Melody is the most important. So the chords are going to kind of relate to the melody. What I would do is I would do whole note solos. Play the roots of all the chords as whole notes or half notes or whatever all the way through. Then do half notes, then do quarter notes. Do like a walking bass line solo. But just take it slowly. If you can get through the melody, then you can hear where it's moving. Then apply the chords to that. It takes a while. From an alto player to alto player, things I should practice. There's a lot. Find a teacher. Practice everything. Dr. Charles Collin, flexibility. Ananth Balasubramanian just tuned in. First word I heard was cannonball. Ananth, another former student of mine. What's up, Ananth? Where are you right now? Are you still in Chicago, I guess? Raid Ahmed, how do you go about really internalizing chord changes? Walking bass lines through them or just walking quarter note solos through them is really good. Being able to play melodies based on guide tone lines. So say I'm going to play the thirds and sevenths only and try to move smoothly through them. Doing it in context, but also playing everything as a ballad. Take everything slower. Play it as a ballad so you can hear the chord that's coming up next, and you can lead into those chords coming up next. Guys, all of you asking specifically for alto stuff, there's nothing different on alto than any other instrument or any other saxophone. And now if you're talking about sound, if you're talking about, embouchure maybe, but like technique wise, it's not any different. And thinking wise, I had a listen with Oates. He told me to blend rhythm and sound. I was too scared to ask him what it meant. Rhythm and sound. Well, he's a big rhythmic player. So I think for him, he meant sound. I don't think he meant like tone. I think he meant blend your rhythm as in use the rhythms to kind of get you through the changes and get you through the line phrasing wise. And then your sound is kind of like the sound as in like harmonically, I think. Combine harmonically. If you're going out, maybe play some more out, rhythms and stuff. Maybe that's what he meant. Is Kenny G really that good at playing sax? Yes. Wait a minute. Am I using the wrong? Hold on. Am I looking up at the wrong thing? Oh, I am. Whoops. Sorry, guys. I didn't realize this whole time it was on this thing. Is that the actual Simon Huang? I assume so. The Ye Yennings Quartet. I'm way back. Oh, my goodness. Whew. Adam Steen, are these a bunch of Princeton kids in here? If you are, what's up, Princeton people? Share this around. Oh, everybody right now, if you wouldn't mind, I'll go longer on this too because there's so many questions. Longer. I'm already on for 25 minutes. And what was I going to say? And you know, I'm still way far behind with all these questions. But share this around. Go on like Facebook, go on Instagram, whatever. Share this link to the live stream, and we will be able to get more people in here and answer some more questions. Ye Yanning's Quartet, Scott's Avenue. I haven't heard it, but I know the quartet, and that's really killer. Do you have a basket of movie? What? Chewberry Alto all the way. 2001. How old are you? I'm 32, Steph. Oh my God. I'm so far behind, guys. I apologize. I'm going to skip a couple here. How do I deal with being super nervous during performances? I used to get really, really nervous when I was in high school. When I performed concerts or auditions, it's just something that I don't know how I got over it. I just dealt with it, I guess. Nerves are good. I mean, nerves can be good because they make you kind of focus. It's like that adrenaline kind of thing. Sorry, I'm trying to think of it. I'm reading these other ones here. The brain freezes when time to solo. So, I mean, one way is obviously it's the old thing of being prepared. So if the more you're prepared, the better I think the audition or the performance will be, obviously. But using those nerves in a positive way, like saying I'm nervous about the performance because I want to do a good job. So let's really focus in on doing a good job. And I did that thing about what's a clinic on what scares you about improvisation, but that's specifically for improv. A lot of people think about too many specific things when they play as opposed to just putting on a good concert. And just know that you're always going to make a mistake. Don't go into an audition thinking you're going to play it perfectly. Everybody's going to make a mistake. I tell my students I've made more mistakes in the last year of performing than they have their entire lives combined. So know that you're going to make mistakes and just kind of keep pushing forward and know why you're doing it because you want to play a good concert. What clarinet do I play on? It's a buffet, like intermediate. I don't know what it's called. Catching up on these questions, guys. I apologize. I'm like so far behind. That's me. Who is that? Sing your favorite smooth jazz phrase. Tweeta. Oh, that's the best. I can't see your eyes. Yeah, sorry about that. It popped over to, I have another camera set up here. It went to the other one. I want to learn to play saxy. Well, you should get the game. Keeping It Saxy. I did a video on this game. Me and Don Palumbi played it. It was actually hilarious to play. It was one of my favorite videos I've ever done. It's fun. Fun game. Play something smooth. Oh, G major. There we go. Is there anything valuable to learn from the classical side of saxophone? Not really. Oh, it jumped down. Same school. Okay, I'm catching up. Did you study with Vincent Herring? Yes, I did for like 4 years, 3-4 years. If you listen to him or you study with him, I did. Big thing I learned from him is don't give up musicality for fire. And I still do that all the time, and I catch myself doing it all the time. But he was big on like being in control at all times, no matter what you're playing, know what you're doing. Because I would go in there and be like, oh, and do all this crazy stuff and try to do crazy stuff. And he was like, what were you playing? And I was like, well, I thought I would. And I'd say something stupid. And he would say, listen, you got to be in control of what you're playing. Blah, 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 blah. And we worked through a lot of that. Play something smooth. The maximum age for playing solos on a blues scale, I say 14. What? Well, I mean, it depends on how you play it. Stop it with that, Jimmy. Heckler. You are a heckler. Anybody can play blues scale. It's how you play it. You can play one note for a solo. Tips for playing bass clarinet. I'm not. I mean, I can get through them. When should you learn double reeds? Hopefully never, Bob. Or hopefully you never have to learn double reeds. But if you want to, I guess now. I don't have any real tips. Just stay super tight here and pray. Italy here. Filippo. you guys are getting through things okay. I see it's really, really rough. Rough over there, so good luck. Really stay safe. Kevin, hilario. How do you do the inversion that like Dick Oates and what? Ask that question again. I have no idea what you're saying. It's called runs when you play fast. How do you start practicing that? Please give an example. Play fast and long. Just you have to take it slowly and then speed it up, chunk by chunk. I did a whole video on that. Anybody wants to learn how to play fast? I did a video called like Real Talk, Real Tips Playing Fast, I think it's called. Also, do you know any sax improvisers in the electronic music realm? No, not that I know. I'm sure there are people that are, but I don't know them. What's your favorite saxophone? Alto, but smooth. It's soprano, but alto. By the way, I show this every time. I don't know if you guys can see it. My name is engraved on this. This horn, I'll tell you about this horn later. There's no make, there's no model, there's no serial number on this horn. It's a prototype I actually got through Vincent Herring. He has the same one. And he was, I think it was going to be like a what do you call it? A Vincent Herring model soprano. And it never came to be. But we got some prototypes. So we put our name on them. So there's no serial number. That's why. I got into the equivalent of Allstate where I live. Congratulations. But I got in on tenor rather than alto. How do I learn tenor compared to it? What does that mean? I mean, tenor and alto, if you got into Allstate, you're probably good enough to play both. It's the same instrument, you just same fingerings and everything. Just sounds a fourth off, and the embouchure is going to be slightly different depending on what mouthpiece is. How do you work on your tone? Just listening to recordings and just constantly changing things about it's up here. It's all about how I voice it. I voice everything as aw on alto anyway. Soprano is different. Tenor, aw, super open. Just let everything flow out. And I also don't change gear that often. I've been using the same. I use my Meyer 5 still as my main alto mouthpiece. I've been using that since I was 19 years old. 13, 14 years ago. Valuable learning from the classical side. So if I stuff leaves in the inside of my sax, now it doesn't work right, but in your video shows improving your playing. Is there a specific type of leaf that works over others, or did I do it wrong? I think all leaves should work fine. Oak works really well. Oak is a good one. Maple can work well. Don't use like needles or any of those coniferous tree. They're not leaves, so you wouldn't use those anyway. How do you transcribe fast passages and lines? Try to hear what the line is doing. Like try to analyze the line and then transcribe it from that. Don't try to just hear each individual note separately. Hear the line. Like what chord is it on? What chord is it based on? And where is it going? Try to hear the overall line, if that makes sense, and hear kind of what they're playing. I know that's obviously what transcribing is, but hear, is it a major scale? Are they playing chromatically? And if they're not, and if you can't tell that, then you shouldn't be transcribing something so fast, probably. Start with something a little slower. I recommend Paul Desmond. How hard is it to switch to clarinet after playing saxophone for 6 years? Probably difficult. When I pick up the clarinet, it gets tricky after a while, or after a while of not playing it, because on clarinet, you have to cover the holes. That we get lazy on saxophone. We just, I play with the side of my knuckle, my right hand, the F key. I play with the side of my finger. It's so bad. I see a recording, my fingers are pointed down. I'm so lazy with it. So it's much easier to go from clarinet to saxophone than saxophone to clarinet. Clarinet's kicking my butt. Yeah, it's open holes are rough. I have an open hole flute, and it just takes a while to get to. But my biggest thing about playing any instruments, especially when you switch instruments, like going from clarinet to saxophone to flute, or even within them, be in the mindset of that instrument. So when I play tenor, I don't think about alto at all. All I'm thinking of is playing tenor. When I'm playing soprano, I think soprano. When I'm playing flute, I only think flute. I'm not like, I'm going to try to play saxophone things on flute. I try to completely forget about everything of saxophone and go to that instrument, because each instrument has its own specific stuff to practice. Long tones are your best friend to improve your tones, Zephyranch. Not necessarily. I don't do long tones. I've never done long tones. Everybody always says long tones. Why? I don't get it. I know people do long tones that sound like crap. Long tones can improve what they improve. It's like running a long distance. It doesn't necessarily get you better at running, but I guess it builds up your endurance. But people just play with a bad sound for a longer time. If you're doing things to adjust your tone and whatever, that's different. But everybody just says do long tones. What do you do with it? I don't know. Can you be Monkey 8 says, can you try the Chad LB embouchure? He just plays out to the side, right? But he sounds ridiculous, man. He gets some flack online from people, and I don't get it. He sounds so good. He plays a little like Kenny G off to the side. Here's in the middle. Here's on the side. I have a 5-pound neck screw and I sound awesome. Jimmy, that's awesome, dude. I'm going to get a 10-pound neck screw. Alex Hahn just posted on Instagram recently. He had this big, giant neck screw. It's so funny. I love it. Favorite jazz saxophonist? That's a loaded question. I like a lot of people. Dick Oates is probably my favorite living jazz saxophonist. Coltrane, Cannonball, Bird, all those guys. Would you ever buy a cheap soprano? I mean, this one was pretty cheap. So would I buy another one? No. One's enough. How do you practice? Pentatonic, hexatonic? Just put everything in context. I'm big about coniferous. Russell Shenton, I said coniferous, not carnivorous. Coniferous. Like they have cones. A conifer. What trees do you have in America? A conifer. Do you ever listen to other instrumentalists that influence your transcription? Yes, improvisation. Yeah. Clark Terry. Steph, you know Clark. I mean, everybody knows Clark. Everybody should know Clark. Clark's one of my favorite just instrumentalists of all time. Clark Terry. A lot of his articulation stuff and the way he gets around just standards and his rhythms, just pocket, are so good. Oscar Peterson. Keith Jarrett, surprisingly enough, I guess. Freddie Hubbard, Lee Morgan, guys like that. Do you know if Vincent Eric's still teaching? Yeah, I think he is. Now, I don't know if he does like private stuff outside of school, but I believe he still teaches at William Patterson University in North Jersey. Any advice to freelancers who are facing the current global situation and not getting work? What else can we done to generate money? And I'm seeing this all over. It's kind of oversaturating the market already, but offer online lessons if you can teach online lessons through like Zoom video conferencing, FaceTime, Skype, stuff like that. Put on live streams like this, but I'm not asking you guys to donate any money, but you can put on like live streams of concerts, like get a couple friends over your place or go to their place as long as everything's safe. Put on a live stream and just say like, hey guys, we're putting on this concert for just tips like we would at a restaurant or something. And ask for tips, ask for donations, stuff like that to get through it. But that's one thing that a lot of people are doing right now. Also, if you have anything to sell, like a etude book, or you have an album to sell, really promote that at this time. And I think a lot of people are looking for causes to support, not causes, but like looking for people to support, looking for ways to help, because they know a lot of freelancers are hurting right now. Like luckily I teach and everything along with all the other stuff that I do. But the private lesson stuff, I still taught all my lessons this week. Well, except for one, they couldn't do it. But I moved them all to online. They were all in person. Well, not all of them, but all the ones that were in person are now online. So you can do that. Set up a Patreon maybe so people can donate. Put everything's on there. Make videos. That's why I'm. If you guys haven't noticed, I'm doing this live stream. I did a vlog video recently. I just recorded a groove tune. Tell me if you guys can hear this. I'll give you guys a sneak peek of this. Let me see. Can you hear this? Let me know. It might not be too clear. What song is this? What song is this? Anybody know? I may have played part of that before. I'm bouncing around here. That was a video though that I recorded like 2 hours ago or an hour and a half ago. So never friends. Yeah. I can hear. Is that Gabe? No, it's not. It's a drum track. And I just played like a keyboard bass, but the video is just going to be keys, me playing keyboard and saxophone. I just figured I'd do a little thing. I put I ask people on Instagram. By the way, if you're not following me on Instagram, follow me there because I do a lot of like polls on there and questions. And I'm going to be doing another Q&A video, like an edited video, because I got so many questions on there. There's like 80 questions, no, more than 80, over 100 questions, but I took like 80 of them that I think I can do, and I'll cut them down, make an edited video. But that's a good spot to get stuff, and I post clips of when videos are coming out. But this is just to tie in. I always get in tangents to say that there, you put music out online. If you can get on YouTube and get monetized, you can do things like that. But tie everything together. The internet's a great thing. You can use it for good. Is there anything would have done differently in college while pursuing a music degree? Yeah, I would have made more connections, just straight up jazz, in the jazz like world, like going out more with that kind of thing. I was never a big jam session person. But I probably not. No, you know what? No, I don't wish I did that more. What I wish I do more? I don't know. I wish I wrote more. I wish I did more writing and more recording. We had a recording studio there, and I only recorded there a couple times. How do you do the inversion that Dickens did? Switch keys in the chord. Find a teacher for that extra stuff. Ear training exercises. Specifically know the intervals. Well, just practice intervals. Get like a random interval. I think there's an app for like interval training or something. But I would just listen to recordings. Just listen to melodies. See if you can play back melodies. That's going to be the biggest thing for you. Biggest thing that helps. Do you have any suggestions for getting a good articulation for bebop? Well, you have to listen. Listen to guys, and I can articulate different ways. If you're talking Dexter Gordon, talking Charlie Parker, if you're talking specifically bebop, you're going to be using a lot more of ghosted notes. Listen to Clark Terry. He uses doodle tonguing. A-E-I-O-U. A-D-L-A-D-L-O-L-L. You can't really do it on doodle tongue on saxophone as much, but you can still do that ghosted stuff. So here's without ghosting it. Here's like the traditional tongue the upbeat slur to the downbeat. Now here's using some bebop articulation. You probably can't hear it that well through here, but a lot more ghosted notes. You might I put the tongue on the reed for multiple notes in a row. Stuff like that. Soloing on unfamiliar changes. What do you do to help the improvisation? Rhythms and melody. If I can just play good rhythms through it, and I made, once again, there's a whole hour-long masterclass clinic I did called Taking the Fear Out of Improvisation. So whether you're playing a hard song, new changes, whatever, find the rhythms that fit the groove, then try to create a melody that would fit, a simple melody that could be one note per chord that fits, and then use those rhythms to kind of guide you through. Long tones with an intent to fix the sound are good. Just long tones. Yeah, I hate long tones. I get a numb right thumb when I'm playing. You're probably pushing out too far. Tighten up your neck strap. I use a Just Joe's neck strap. Shout out to him. He sent me one of those. They're really good. How much was your soprano? $400, maybe 500. I can't really remember. How can I get bebop style on saxophone? Listen to bebop players and try to emulate the articulations and the rhythms they're playing. It's not notes. Bebop, I mean, it is a little bit chromatic stuff, but it's articulations and rhythms. Tips on how to apply what I transcribed to my playing. Well, I transcribed a lot. Nothing's really changing. Well, you have to then take what you transcribed, figure out what spots that you like. So, you like this certain line, this over this 2-5-1, play it over the 2-5-1, then edit it yourself to say, okay, how can I get into it and how can I get out of it? Maybe add a triplet, add an extra note, do whatever. For example, if I play this 2-5-1, as simple as it is, just say I transcribed that, right? When I'm soloing, sticky key. Let me try a different one. You edit it and edit a couple notes, edit some rhythms or something, then go back and play before it, play after it, and see what you can add into it to make it your own. It's not just cutting it and pasting it. All right. Sounds great. I can hear it. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, here we go. Do I see Chris Potter as an inspiration? Yes. No, he's not a roadblock. No. Or is the saxophone type of roadblocks? No, I love Chris Potter, and I love the way he plays. And when I play tenor, I try to think of him a lot with the art, like especially with low notes, jumping around, a lot of his rhythms and his articulations and just different ways he plays. Hey, what do you? Am I almost caught up? No. Oh yeah, I am. Hey, what do you do when transcribing and you hear a saxophone system sound effect? You don't know how they make that sound, like maybe some breaker. Well, ask people, because someone I'm sure knows what that sound is, and they can help you out, like a split tone or something, or they're growling, or they're flutter tonguing. Ask around if you don't know what it is, and someone will tell you what it is. Yo, Dave, what's up, brother? Jake, hey man, I'm just catching up with this. What's going on, man? Jake the long kid. Nothing, man. I'm going to be out in the yard right after this, actually. It's a beautiful day here in New Jersey, and I'm going to get outside and do some work in the front yard. Can't wait. I was out there yesterday for a couple hours, too. It was like 80 degrees all of a sudden. It was so nice. Romania. Hey, Romania. How are you? Well, you're Rob Stevens. You're Romania. You're in Romania. Do I use a digital audio workstation? Yes, I do. I use Logic Pro for all my audio stuff. It's going to be hard to see. I use a Scarlett 18i8 Focusrite Scarlett interface when I'm recording saxophone and when I'm recording anything with microphones or saxophone. So like when I do the stuff with Don Palumbi, that's all going into the Focusrite, and then it's going into Logic. And I also use Final Cut Pro, in case you're wondering, for Final Cut Pro for audio, or for video. Sorry. Do I ever double tongue? No. Not on saxophone. I'm sick. Normal cold. Do you have recommendations dealing with infected reed? Yes. Clean them. Don't use them. So especially a reed. A reed will hold on to stuff. It's porous. You got to throw the reed away, clean the mouthpiece, and just wait till you're healthy to play again. Unless you absolutely have to, take a break. Guys, take a break from playing. There's people that are like, I have to get my 4 hours in today. I'm like, you're insane. No, you don't. You need to get healthy. That's what you need to do. Don't be blowing through your instrument. I don't know about cleaning out the inside of the saxophone itself, but clean the neck out, clean the mouthpiece, throw the reed away. Who are the people that you transcribe the most? I don't really transcribe much at all, but if you're talking about stealing like some lines from, it's going to be Dick Oates and Michael Brecker. And the cool thing about transcribing Brecker, if you're an alto player, is, and this goes for anybody, if you transcribe other instrumentalists, it doesn't sound as copied and pasted, if that makes sense. So if I transcribe a Clark Terry lick and play it on saxophone, you're not instantly going to go, oh, that's just that Clark Terry lick. Now you might if it's super recognizable. But if I transcribe, for example, a Charlie Parker lick or Coltrane, you're going to be like, if you're a tenor player, you transcribe Coltrane, they're going to be like, oh, it's a train lick. But if you're a tenor player and you transcribe, some like Dick Oates and play it on tenor, it might be a little harder here. And then if you do a completely different instrument, like you transcribe a line from Oscar Peterson or Bill Evans or something, and then you play it on saxophone, Bill Evans, the piano player, and then you transcribe it on saxophone, it's going to really be different, really going to sound different. I transcribed this Charlie Hayden line one time, and actually transcribed it was like one measure. I don't really do full solo transcriptions, and I've only done that like once in my life or twice because I had to. But this Charlie Hayden line on bass, and it was like beautiful, and nobody would ever know it's a transcribed line because it was a bass thing that he played. Who are your favorite saxophone players? Living, Dick Oates, Chris Potter. Of all time, Dick Oates, Chris Potter, Michael Brecker, Charlie Parker, Dexter Gordon, Sonny Stitt, those guys. Have you ever played a Selmer USA 40 series? No, I haven't. Kenny G is our Lord and Savior. Thank you. Kogan. Benjamin Sherman, on the market for a new horn. I want a Mark 6, but I don't know. Do you have any tips? Play them. I can't tell you the horn is going to be good unless you play it. Even if I play it and say this is a good horn, I hand it to you, you might sound terrible on it. So don't assume it's going to be good just because other people say it's good and it costs a lot of money. Yes, Mark 6s, are they good? Yeah, I play on one. It's great. But it doesn't mean everybody's going to sound great on it. Especially if you're a more beginner player. I hand my Mark 6 to my students sometimes, and they play so out of tune. It's so funny because the palm keys play so sharp, but I'm so used to it. I've been playing it for 19 years. It's one of those things. Talking a lot here. How do you get a jazz tone on saxophone? Well, it depends on what kind of jazz sound you want. You gotta. Does gear matter? Yes, the gear does matter. It's not that gear doesn't matter at all. A lot of people say gear doesn't matter at all. Well, if you use a size 2 reed with a size 10 tenor metal mouthpiece with a high baffle, you're not going to be able to sound like Stan Getz. Like, it's just not going to happen because it's going to be for a specific thing. But I would say get a middle of the road setup. Like I use on Alto a Meyer 5 medium with D'Addario 3 medium filed select jazz reeds. And I can play like Paul Desmond classical, like kind of dark sound. I can play, somewhat bright if I want to, not David Sanborn bright, but close. It's about adjusting your embouchure and the way you hear it. So if I want to get that really bright sound, I'm going to think E and tighten up more and get the tongue higher. E. If I want to get a darker sound, I think more ha. So the gear is, it is what it is. I disconnected. I missed 7 comments. What's the cheapest soprano you've ever played? I don't really play that many sopranos. I guess mine is probably cheap. It's pretty good. Do you do private lessons? Yes, I do. Kevin, send me an Instagram message or an email, davepollackmusic@gmail.com. How much? Well, I don't talk about that publicly. We'll talk in the message. How long did you, into your playing, do you feel like you were in the zone? It took a long time. I don't feel like I'm in the zone now, but I guess to feel comfortable, it took a long time. I don't know, a bunch of years. What mics do you recommend for sax? I use a Carvin CTM 100 large diaphragm tube condenser microphone. An old style. It gets hot if you leave it on for a while. I like those. Ribbons are good. I'm not really big on tech stuff like that. I want to get better, but that stuff can get really expensive. Like you hear someone sound really good in the studio and you're like, I want that Neumann microphone. It's a $10,000 mic. It's, but I don't know. I have that one. Use whatever you can. Aiden Trujillo. What's going on, Aiden? How are you? What's up? Nothing much is up. I'm trying to be safe. Trying to get a lot done around here. To clean your reed mouthpiece, use alcohol wipes. You can buy boxes of 500 at Walgreens. Probably not now. You can. You can't. They're probably $1,000 right now. Hear about that guy who bought like 17,000 hand sanitizers? He was going to like just price gouge them, and then Amazon banned them or eBay or whatever banned them. That's awesome. See, jerks get what they got coming to them. Oh my God, there's so many. What do you think of Mark Turner and Melissa Aldana? 2 ridiculous players. Mark Turner is a lot like my friend Adam Larson, the way they play, really like slippery lines, super harmonically complex, but so controlled. And Melissa Aldana's the same way. She's got that old school like Sonny Rollins type thing, and she's a ridiculous player. If anybody out here doesn't know Mark Turner or Melissa Aldana, check them out. 2 insanely good tenor players, mainly tenor. When did you develop the maturity to my sound? It's just from years and years of, I don't know, I guess, is it mature? I appreciate that. The flying nimbus. But just years and years of hearing. You got to get the sound in your head. That's the big thing. Like you have to know, I like to know what I'm going to sound like in my head before I play it. Not every individual note or something like that, but I like to have the tone concept in my head of what I want it to sound like. I don't just randomly blow into the instrument and hope for the best. Since you don't really transcribe, have you gained your vocabulary? Just listening and little bits and stuff here and there, which is what transcribing is, but it's little things. I just like to try different things too. I'm not scared of playing really bad notes and really wrong notes. I don't like playing super clean in the sense of like, I'd rather try to go for something like just let me try a giant leap here and see what it sounds like and miss the note and have it sound bad rather than say, well, I've never tried this before. I want to work it out before I solo. Like I just go for stuff. And then if I realize it works, then I try to either remember, I go back and listen to the recording and I use that again. When did you develop? You noticed Jake, you noticed the Peter McKinnon whooshes. Oh yeah. I've had his stuff for a while. I only use him a little bits here and there when applicable. But yeah, Peter's the man. And yeah, his sound, he did them all by mouth, which is pretty cool. That's interesting. You heard that. Cool. I like that. And thanks for that. If you're talking about the vlog video, everybody go check that out. It didn't get that many views. It also got demonetized because I think I put coronavirus in the title. That was my bad. I shouldn't have done that. So I changed the title, but it's still like no ads on it. But go watch it anyway. It's a vlog video I did. Here's the funny thing. People always ask for more vlog videos, and then they do the worst on my channel. They do and it's not about the views, but it's just funny that like so many people are like more vlogs, do more vlogs. And then I do one and I spend all this time editing it, even though this one was like a really short one, but I do it. And then like people don't really watch it, which is hilarious. Do you have a collection of mouthpieces? Sort of. I have the one I drilled a hole through here. RIP to the Meyer. And I have a few 10M fan mouthpieces. I have a third one, the one in Ultem material. One of my students is actually 2 that my students are borrowing. I have, this is a tenor mouthpiece. Sorry, the classic. I have 2 other alto mouthpieces of 10M fan. Check them out. He's not paying me to say that or anything. But I don't use them. I played them for videos and stuff, but I don't use them. What I use is my Meyer 5 medium for alto. And I do use my 10M fan classic in Ultem, that like see-through amber material for tenor. How do I practice voicing? You mean like voicings on the piano? There's some piano. There's the jazz piano book. I forget what it's called. But that's good for voicing. And then I use that. You use those voicings as lines when you're playing, and it works out really well. Full David Sanborn setup with the Duke off while trying to imitate Art Pepperfall doesn't challenge accepted. Yeah, actually, that's interesting. That'd be a fun video. I need to borrow some stuff from some people to show that gear matters a little bit. You know, I would try to do like a what is it, a Selmer like C star mouthpiece with like a size 3.5 reed, like really hard dark classical reed, and try to play like Sanborn and then do the opposite. What inspires me to play? I don't know. I like making new things. I don't like getting stuck with the same old stuff. I like playing things different ways, playing new stuff all the time, because I like to hear new things all the time. The old stuff is cool, but it's all done already. So what inspires me to play is just trying to do new things all the time. And also, I just love music. Have you played on a plastic reed before? No, but D'Addario is coming out with a hybrid synthetic, and there's a little birdie. Little birdie told me that someone might be sending me, or someone might be receiving some of those reads, and someone might be making a review video early when they come out, or maybe even before they come out. A little birdie told me, possibly. Stay on the lookout for that. Sure, SM58. Yeah, that might go work, but if you want, like, you know, a better sound for saxophone without overloading it. How did I become so good at solo? Well, just keep playing, keep listening. Eric Marienthal, alto. Tenor, anyone? What do you mean, Jake? I mean, he's ridiculous on alto and on tenor, but yeah, super, super bright sound there. Keep referring to your what? Steph, what are you saying? What other genres of music do I listen to? I listen to like whatever. Inspirational effect. Yeah, it depends. Like I that's why like all the songs I write are like not jazz songs. I don't write like swing songs. The Fear of Improv Clinic. Here, let me I'll get the what do you call it for it? Or no, I won't. Or somebody get that. Somebody go to my channel and go find the fear, how to taking the fear out of improv video, and put the link in the comment here. So, because a lot of people keep referring to it, and I think people should. Steph, you do it. What makes a difference in classical mouthpiece jazz? I think it's just I mean, people use smaller mouthpiece for classical and usually bigger for jazz just because it's louder and brighter, I guess. But I don't know. Can you get jazz done with a classical? Yeah, sure. Absolutely. Also, is that a slight Minnesota accent? Not for me. Minnesota. Stafford has one. Oh, gee willikers. What got you into improvising? I just always liked jazz, and I wanted to create some new stuff, and I thought it'd be fun to do that. Katy Perry, greetings from Australia. Are you excited for Katy Perry's new record? I'm going to delete you. I watched your masterclass, but the fear. I keep overthinking rhythms. Yeah. You got it. Well, think simpler. Think simple rhythms. Like sing through it. Can you sing through rhythms? What's the ride cymbal playing? What's the drummer playing? You know, and I also urge any of you out there that aren't rhythm section players to pick up drums, even if that means like just picking up a stick and just hitting a ride cymbal or hitting a snare drum or something. Just having that rhythm thing with complete freedom from notes is a really important thing. Just simpler rhythms. Simple. Voicing isn't playing notes and just the mouthpiece to practice flexibility. Aiden, I've never done that ever. Just play just the mouthpiece. That would annoy me to hear. So I never worked on that. For that Johnny Hodges sound. Oh, I bend notes a lot. I've never practiced just on the mouthpiece though. Sing the rhythms in my head, but then I'm not sure what notes to use. Well, that's two separate things. So creating melody and using guide tone lines to create melodies through things are that's when you use the rhythms, you combine it with those melodies, and then that's how you make a solo. But it's all about melody. I tried the new D'Addario synthetic reed prototypes. They're great, but I can't play above altissimo D. Why do you need to play above altissimo D? I'm not being facetious. I'm not being sarcastic. Like, why do you actually need to play that high? That's insane. What picture is that in the background? That one? That's the New York City skyline. With the you can't really see it, but it's right. That's the World Trade Center, the original World Trade Center towers. The Twin Towers are up there. I don't know when I got it. I think my dad gave me that picture. I didn't take it. But yeah, that's what that is. I have an accordion up here, some other random percussion instruments. There's a bugle. Yeah, people ask what's behind me too. I got my Thug Life glasses here. Maybe I'll wear these. I have a Cal Ripken, my favorite baseball player of all time. Let's see if it. Hold on. Cal Ripken signed baseball. Cal Ripken Jr. 2,632 consecutive games played. Deck of cards. The stream is going downhill. If you're just tuning in now, we were talking about music, but then I got sidetracked. So, well, can you see that? Queen of Hearts. We're going to place the Queen of Hearts right on top. We're going to snap our fingers. That's going to turn into something else. Dab. Also, anywhere you stop, it's going to be the Ace of Diamonds. Anywhere. Right there. Go a little further. Right there. Boom. Ace of Diamonds. Easy. Done. Card tricks. All right. I can't see. Okay. What else do I have behind me? Random stuff. So, just as another thing, I'm going to be streaming using this in the future. I just have to wait on a couple other things that are held up right now. So I can get 4K streaming, because right now it's just this crappy webcam streaming. But it's going to be this, and I'll use my interface so I can use the good microphone, and it's going to be super clean stuff. So the next stream you see from me is probably going to be in 4K, or at least it'll be in full 1080. It'll look super clear. But this is my new camera that I use, a Panasonic G85 4K. I only use manual focus, except for I accidentally had autofocus on in my vlog a little bit. That's why I don't use it, though, because it goes in and out. Better sax. Yo, Jay, what's going on? Sorry, I'm way behind on these. Jay, did you just tune in when I'm doing all this like random stuff? I've been on for an hour. It was musical for like the first 59 minutes, and then I got off into a tangent because somebody asked about the picture, and I had to go through all my stuff. But what's going on, Jay? If you guys, I'm sure all of you know who Jay Metcalf is in his channel. If you don't, go check it out. Better Sax. He just checked it. YouTube channel. He does really, really great stuff. Really awesome stuff there. Sure, if you say so. Here, I'll play you something. Guys, Jay Metcalf still needs to be trained a little more. It's all about those turns, all about that glissandos, all about that vibrato. Remember, guys, your vibrato has to be so wide that the tuner doesn't work anymore. Sorry, I just had like a stroke there for a second. I apologize. Sorry. Oh, not out of tune enough. Jeez. Simon. Whoa, Jay Metcalf. Yes, guys, we have a celebrity among us. And no, I'm not just talking about my student, Simon Huang. If you don't know that video, guys, Simon, the fast blues with my student, got to clickbait that title a bit, but it is a fast blues. Burning fast impressions as well was good. Need Advil after the Soprano. No, Kenny G is our Lord and Savior. Thank you. Let me get to some of these questions really quick. Is a stronger reed better? No. No, that's just the thickness of the reed. So if you're overblowing a thinner reed, and either you're overblowing, but I mean, if you're playing normally and the reed's like giving out on you and it's squeaking and it's sounding thin, try a harder reed, but it doesn't mean better or worse. They usually just start beginners on like a size 2 or 2.5, just because usually beginners are kids in school. They don't have as much breath support and embouchure support. It's much easier to make a sound on like a size 2 reed than it is on a 3 or 3.5. So they have that instant gratification. The note buzzes right away. They don't have to work super hard to get the sound, so it doesn't discourage them from playing. Such beautiful G style. The tune doesn't work because it no one handle the tone quality. Sorry, I just I'll remember that vibrato fact on flute. Well, it's only for smooth jazz, unless you're playing smooth jazz flute, which doesn't exist because the only smooth instrument is soprano. There's a question for both you and Jay. Do you rely on etude books that much? Me, no. But when I'm teaching, yes, in the fact of like the Lenny Niehaus jazz conception books are great for working on like sight reading and working on just random technique of things. The beginner, intermediate, and advanced books, those are cool. But I can't speak to what Jay does. But I don't work through books, and I guess I did a little bit when I was younger. But if you're more beginner, more just still coming up, then yeah, sure, why not? But yeah, etude books for rhythmic reading. Sure, there was a odd meter rhythm book that I had, which is it's more of just like identifying rhythms. Once again, I used it with my students. Yeah, the Jim Snodero books are really good. And I think those are the ones that come with backing tracks because they're based off of. Are they the ones that are based off of standards? I think they are. Yeah. I already asked to start to ask again. Sorry, I don't like practicing with other people around. That's okay, and that's not a good thing when my entire family's stuck at home. How should I get over that? Well, you got. Why are you embarrassed to play? Why don't you like practicing with other people around? Like, are you afraid they're going to judge you for the way you sound, or do you think they're disturbed by it? You know, if it's a you thing, then it's a you thing. You got to just talk to them and say, hey, listen, I'm going to do this thing. Now, if they are giving you crap for it, if they are like judging you or something, you know, I don't know, get a new family or something. No, but really look at why you don't want to practice with them around, or if you don't want to bother them, just talk to them and say, hey, listen, I need to practice. I need to do this thing, whatever. Or practice playing softly. If you really have to practice and you really don't want them to hear you, practice playing softly. It's a good skill to have. A really good skill to have. In fact, here's something good to play when you're soft. Yeah, so this is a prototype soprano. That's the one I was talking to you guys about before, that cheap one from Vincent Herring. Eric Alexander was playing on the tenor once. Yeah, he's a beast. What are the benefits of having a transcription book? What do you mean? As in like the Omni book, like something that's already transcribed, or you mean a book that you make of your own transcriptions? If it's a pre-transcribed book, like the Charlie Parker Omni book or the Coltrane Omni book or whatever, they can still be useful. Like I'm not going to say they can't be. Find the spot, but don't, use them either as etudes to work on technique, time, whatever. You use them to then say, oh, I like this line that they play. Look at what it is. Look at the chord that it's over. What do you like about it? Is the rhythm. Oh, it's a triplet rhythm. It's this syncopated thing. Oh, I like this line he plays is so crunchy. What is that? Oh, he's playing a tritone sub. He's doing a blah, 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 blah. You can basically analyze it. You can analyze what's there and then incorporate it into your own playing. There's some people that say, like, don't use any transcriptors, do it yourself. Man, not everybody has time to do that. And you want to get a line out of it, get the line out of it. This whole thing about you have to do it the old school way. You have to do this way. You have to. Stop. They can all be useful if you use them to help you. If something is a tool to help you get better or help you learn something, help you do something, it's a good tool, no matter what anybody says. So just like music, like it's either good music or bad. If you like it, it's good. If it sounds good, it is good. This thing about you have to do it this way. Now, if you want to get your ear better, don't just use the transcription book, but just using it as a tool to learn something is totally fine. Transcribing from ear, I do it to help my relative pitch. Yeah, so transcribing to help out your ear is a really good thing. Here, transcribe this, everybody in here right now. This is the most important thing you'll ever hear. Right there, like that's all you need. So anything else you play is inconsequential compared to what I just played. Sweet, I'm all caught up on the comments. What Omni book would you buy? I mean, once again, it depends on what you want to do. If you want to, I mean, the Charlie Parker Omni book is kind of like the Bible for alto players, jazz players, but like, there's some good ones. There's this Brecker book where it's like, I don't know if you would call it Omni book, but it's like the Tales from the Hudson album. I think they transcribe all the solos from that, and that was good. There's just stuff. There's lots of stuff. Any tips for playing over basic blues form? The Kenny G Omni book. That's right. Hey, Jay, if you're still here, you need more work on this, my friend. You need some more work on the Kenny G real book. Okay, you just weren't smooth enough. Also, you need tips on how to play. This is what you need to. This game, it's awesome. Tips for playing with a blues form. That's a very loaded question. Listen to people playing the blues, the sacred text. Yeah, if you guys haven't seen the video on Jay's channel, I'm sure all of you have. Go check it out of his smooth jazz therapy session. I saw the game at Target. Yeah, I bought it. Why is there no volume 2? Because, Simon, it just, there will be. I'll make one. That'd be funny. I'm gonna make a Kenny G Omni book. I'm just gonna transcribe just that one, like for my one transcribing video, and I'm just gonna put that like 150 pages of ooh. Is it possible to swing in a straight line? What do you mean? Like straight eighth notes? What Brazilian song do I like the most? Ooh. No More Blues. Is that Brazilian? Chega de Saudade. I don't know how to say it. Q&A. Question and answer. It's also a great tune. I've heard these stories of jazz players bringing real book to jam sessions and getting kicked out as a jazz players to memorize every song in the real book. No. You should not memorize every song and or think you need to memorize every song. Now, if you're trying to play jazz at if you're playing jazz at like a jam session or like a traditional jam session type thing, there are certain standards that you should know. Like if you go up there with a real book chart for all the things you are, or Autumn Leaves, somebody might look at you weird. But like besides that, there are certain tunes. Here's a good tip. If you want to go to it, like you brought up jam session, you want to go to a jam session. I'm not a fan of jam sessions, but if you want to go there and you want to play, you want to be prepared, like write down the names of the tunes that they played, like go listen, write down the names of the tunes that they played at the session. Or if you are playing and you don't know some of them, write down the ones that you don't know and learn those and you'll see week after week, people call the same tunes all the time. My buddy, James St. Angelo runs a jam session down in Philly every Saturday night at Chris's Jazz Cafe. It's a killer jam session. Usually him, Mike Boone on bass, Philly legend, and Kyrie Abdul-Shahid on drums, or Mike Boone's son, Makai, on drums. Killer. There's some videos of them playing. Thank you for saying there's no one way to transcribe. Yeah, there's not. No. Are you currently a music educator? You mentioned Princeton School. Yeah, so I'm a middle school music teacher. That's what I teach every day, public middle school. And I also teach privately. A lot of high school kids in Princeton privately. I don't teach in Princeton every day. That's not my day job, but I teach middle school music. I'm just a middle school band director. That's me. And I do private lessons online. And yeah. How do you become a good lead alto? Well, listen to what makes a good lead alto. So listen to Dick Oates playing with the Vanguard Band. Listen to just like, you know who's a great lead alto player right now? A young player is Andrew Gould. Sorry. He's a monster lead alto player. So for me, it's about sound. First of all, can your sound soar? Can you cut through without being bright and whiny? Like Oates does such a great job of that. His sound is so dark and so controlled, but then you hear him just soar over the top of a section. It's just such a wide, big sound. So that's one thing, is make sure your tone quality is there and your volume is able to project, but also make sure you can interpret the tune exactly the way it's supposed to be played, because the rest of the section should then be following you. Don't add extra bends and scoops. Don't be trying to do all this extra stuff, but play, listen to the masters of the sections, listen to all the different bands, and listen to the way they do it. Sorry guys, I'm going longer than I said I was going to, but that's all good. Let's see some more questions here. Can you play some more Charlie Parker standards? Sure, I'll play it on soprano. Although, once again, Rulan, I need some key leaves for soprano. This is killing me, this G sharp. Jay, see you later. Yes, everybody tune into Jay's channel if he does a Q&A. It's a lot of fun. Hang out, get some questions, talk about anything. Adithi, hello, how are you? Do you have my mouthpiece, Adithi? You better. I saw the picture of it. I was showing some of the other mouthpieces I have here before, and the Ultem is missing. I said one of my students still has that one. Andrew Gold. Yeah, there you go. Gould. I just didn't know how to pronounce it. A great lead alto player lays off the lead trumpet. Man, lead trumpet doesn't matter. It's all about lead alto. No, I'm just kidding. Oh, sorry. What is his name? Andrew what? Sorry, I would have typed it in. Yeah, Gold. Sorry. Thank you, Aiden, for getting that. Smash that subscribe button. Click that thumbs up. Will Vincent is a great. Yeah. Will Vincent is great. I'm practicing right now. Good, Edith. Practice. We got to have an online lesson. Download Zoom video conferencing. Easier to switch from flute to piccolo. Nothing about piccolo is easy. I can play flute. I can't play piccolo. Will you do another Q&A soon? Me? Yeah. I said before I have a new camera that I've been shooting all my videos in 2020 on. So I've had it for like, almost 3 months now, and I need to get another little connection. Then I can do all the live streams from the camera. So it'll do a 4K live stream. I think it'll downscale it to 1080, but it'll look really clean. I'll have my other interface out for audio, and it'll sound good, look good. I'm gonna do another one. I'm also gonna do one with Don Palumbi. We're gonna do one, well, on his channel, but I'm gonna do one here where it's a playing and talking Q&A, like kind of a Q&A live stream and performance type thing, where he might get out that like mini drum set and I'll play tenor or alto or something. Yes, I do. Nice sound. Thanks. Sorry. Oh, what's your favorite jazz solos of all time? If you go on YouTube, I say one of my favorite genres of music is YouTube jazz. And what I mean by that is like the YouTube video, like live recordings from concerts that people upload to video. Is like my favorite genre of music of all time. And the recording of Eternal Triangle with Antonio Hart and Tim Green, those are like, and it cuts off. I get so angry every time, but I watch that. That's probably like my favorite thing to listen to ever. If you guys haven't heard that, go. It's just like alto madness, bebop death. They're playing like Eternal Triangle, like 900 beats a minute, but they're just completely shredding it. Go on YouTube right now. Let's see if we can. Somebody put that link up here. Find it. Adithi, find that link. It's, you know what it is. It's Tim Green and Antonio Hart playing Eternal Triangle live down in Maryland. I forget the place. It's killer. Favorite tenor mouthpiece. Right now, it's the 10M Fan Classic in Ultem material. So it's like that orange, like resin material. I don't know if the material makes a difference, but it looks cool. It looks like the amber from Jurassic Park with the mosquito inside. But that's my favorite mouthpiece right now. I use a 7 double star, whatever the heck that means. How much are your online lessons? Send me a message, Josh, either Instagram or email me, and I don't discuss prices publicly. What's your take on the last of the great hardbop post-bop players? Jimmy Heath and McCoy Tyner dying out. Yeah, it's a shame. But it's great that they were around this long. Things you think about, like Bird going in 1955 when he was born in 1920, things like that. At least we got Jimmy Heath for a long time, McCoy for a long time. Benny Golson, Wayne Shorter, Sonny. So it's sad and it's a rough thing, but time always wins. You can't escape it. But just be, I guess one thing is like not take advantage, but like, don't waste the opportunity. If you get to go see someone or go listen to someone or go take a lesson from someone or go do it, because you never know when it's going to be. It's not even just old people too, just anybody in general. Yes, that video is ridiculous. Yes, it is. Antonio. Yeah. Pat Metheny talking about the goat. Yeah. I've seen like the text of it. I haven't seen the video of him talking about it, but I love Pat Metheny too. But he obviously doesn't know the way, and which is interesting because he uses the essential oils on his hair. It looks like it's a little frizzy. It's not nearly as nice as the Chosen One's hair, but it's a little frizzy. But he's going in that direction. I think he's just like insecure because he's not that smooth yet. So he has to talk trash about Kenny, which is why most people talk trash, because they're insecure about him, being successful. Take that to the bank. What's the Grammy band? Well, it's no longer anything. The Grammy band was an all-star high school ensemble from around the world, around the United States. I don't know if it was just national or international, but kids in high school would send tapes, a video of them playing. If they got accepted, they went and they played like at the Grammys and did events around the Grammys for a week. So I made a Grammy band video a couple of years ago. That was like my first, that was the thing that got me into doing this whole smooth jazz and basically the whole YouTube thing, the way I do it now. It started with the Grammy band video. I was like, man, all these kids post the same thing. They're just playing all these licks that they memorized over Billy's Bounce. I'm like, how funny it would be if I did a joke video of me trying to audition and like do all the things that the kids do. Like you can tell like half these kids never wore a shirt and tie before, and they're like dressed up for the video and they're wearing like shorts on the bottom. It's like very, I thought it was very hilarious. I Walked with Giants. Yeah. I remember, Steph, when Jimmy, I think when he released that book, Danny Janklow was one of my good friends, Danny Janklow from down in, when he was living in Philly, was I think he played at the release of that book. There was like a concert. Will this video posted after the live stream? Yeah, this goes on my channel like a normal video. I think it has to process, because it's a long video, it's already at 1 hour and 20. It'll process for a little while after, but probably within like 15, 20 minutes of this ending, it'll be up on my channel as a regular video. Do you think there's a minimum level needs to go to jam sessions? Well, would it still be beneficial for me to go just for listening? Simon, you're fine. Minimum level is like minimum. I've been at some sessions where some people didn't even like really know. They called a tune and they didn't even know about like the process of, or not, forget calling a tune. We were playing like a blues or something. And when like they got done playing the melody, they started soloing, and then like they sort of stopped soloing. And then when the other person was soloing, they like started soloing over them. Like they don't even know the etiquette of like solo and then give the other person a chance to solo, like another horn player or something. But you need like a minimum level of just musician. I wouldn't even like say like improvisation ability. I'd say more like just musicianship, like being able to like stand there, know like who's calling a tune. If you don't know the melody, just know when to come in, when to solo, what to do. Don't be playing while other people are playing. That's more important than how well you can get through the changes. I don't care if somebody can't get through the changes, but if they know when it's their turn to do certain things, if they know like, if somebody's playing the melody and they're trying to figure out the changes and noodling out loud, that's not right. But minimum level of just like musicianship, Simon, I think you're okay. It would be beneficial for you to go. Simon, are you back in New Jersey now? Or are you still out in LA? Let me know. Please respond. Some jam session may have novices, other university level. Yeah, I mean, there's all kinds of different sessions, and the ones I've gone to mostly are, university level and higher. But it doesn't mean there aren't people there who are, more beginner. Oh my goodness. So card trick time. Just go to the jam. That's right. Yeah, just listen. That's my thing, is like get the feel of it and get why are you going? Go listen to music, go support live music. Bobby Militello. Yeah, isn't he like a Jersey guy? Nothing in my hand. 3, 2, 1. Whoa. How cool is that? Not very. I'm unfortunately not back in Jersey. Oh, sorry to hear that. We should still do a video though. If you want to be on a video, we can do like I do the remote stuff. By the way, there is a new worldwide sessions that's going to be posted using all live instruments. So instead of using a track, it's going to be me again and Jeff. Do I know Bobby Watson? I mean, I know, I know him, but I don't know him personally. It's going to be me on alto, Jeff Reed on tenor, Ben Tweet on keys, really killer piano player on keys, Mike Nordzi on bass, who's been on my channel before, and Don Palumbi on drums. But we're going to be doing Lady Bird, actually. That's going to be fun. How did I start saxophone? When I was in 4th grade, I just picked it as my, what do you call it? My instrument, as a band instrument. Have you already listened to Julien Leroux, French? No, I haven't. How important is it to know the pro cats personally? Well, I mean, it depends what you mean by that. Important. Like if you're trying to play in a city or in a place, and those are the players that are playing in the city, and you want to make connections, then it's important. But like, if you're talking about just like to get better at the instrument, it's not important to know Branford Marsalis and Josh Redmond personally, I guess, but it's cool if you do. I've ruined my hands practicing card metric for 8 hours a day for 3 years. Oh my God. Then hold on. Don't critique any of my stuff. So what card is that? It's like 4 of hearts. So we're going to put the 4 of hearts right on top. We're going to take the 4 of hearts. We're going to put it down there in the deck somewhere. We're going to put it in. We're going to go 1, 2, skibbity-doo. What? It goes right back to the top. And no, there are no doubles. Oh my God, it's so bright. You're doing great. Don't worry. Yeah. I know some other ones that are better in person, but I can't do I'm not great with the double lift. Like 2-card Monty, 3-card Monty, and that kind of stuff. If I start like this, there you go. If I start, boom, then it's easier, but I can't just rip it off the top. Bobby, yeah, Steph, you know Bobby, don't you? Watson? Do you still keep up with Danny? That dude's a killer player. I mean, I haven't talked to him recently. Just, because we're doing our own thing. He's out in LA. I'm back here. But yeah, Danny's a great player. We'll show you some 17 games. Nice. Danny's a great player. He's got a lot of great stuff, and his sound is amazing. Best sound out there. Well, one of the best sounds out there. Can't say best for sure. All right, so I think in a couple minutes I'm going to end this at 1.5 hours. So we got 4 minutes left. You ever play 52-card pickup? Yeah, I have. Many times when I tried shuffling in midair or something. Do you know about card flourishing? I mean, I know about it, and I've watched videos of it, and cardists and cardistry and all that. It's really cool. I like Chris Ramsey's channel. It's not necessarily a card channel, but he does magic and does puzzles and all that stuff. Card tricks. I'm out. Come on, Steph. Hold on. Here we go. Music again. Ladybird, but it's actually impressions. No. It's actually Ladybird. We're actually doing Ladybird. Here, you know what? No, forget this. I'll play you guys a little bit of the tune that's going to be coming out probably tomorrow that I recorded today. Here's the keyboard solo. Bobby's in Kansas City, I think so. Here's a little. I'll go back to the tenor solo a little bit. Hold on a second. Wait a minute. Simon, come on now. G sharp, he's stuck. So I love that one comment by Thomas Branson goes, "Oh God, what did I tune into?" And I noticed that like there are only 39 people watching now compared to like the 60 something before. So maybe a lot of people tuned out with the Soprano. You know what? That's fine. We have to all the non-believers need to get out. I don't want any non-believers in here. Making my dog howl. My dog's not here. She's relaxed with that stuff. Hold on. I'm going to go get another animal. Be right back. Kate. Still streaming. I'm back almost. Hold on. It's kitty time. Sorry, guys. I had to get the cat again. Where's all the licks? Where's your leaves? Yeah, I have the key leaves for no, hold on. Relax. Ow. Ugh. Kitty. What's up, kitty? Her name is Emma. The key leaves are for alto. And so they're all my alto. I don't have an extra pair right now. Well, and I have to go outside and collect more leaves, if you know what I mean. Kitty cat. Do you do the online? How do I do the online jams? D, E, F, G, E, C, D. The dog's with my father. I told you this an hour ago. Oh, did you guys hear that? Okay, she has to go. Oh my goodness. Go. Get out. Okay. All right. Oh. Where's the leaves? I have one leaf over here still. Actually, I have all of them. I have all of the leaves. So let me try that really quick. See, the problem is when you put the leaves in the soprano, they just like fall out. I guess I have to hold it up like that. What if I try to unstick the G sharp key? Steph, you got to tell your kids, stick leaves in the saxophone if they have sticky keys. Oh, yeah. Beautiful. Okay. What editing software should I use for editing music? I'm not telling you what you should use. I use Logic just because I have a Mac. So that's like works best and it's easy to use. I'm not super great at editing audio. I'm still trying to get better, but I do a little bit here and there. How do I do the online jams? Do I use a program super low latency to record your part of the track? We record separately. We record one part, then the other part. There's no way to do it live. Even with the fastest stuff, there's still like a half a second delay. So it would just like not work. Yeah, it wouldn't work right. How'd you highlight my name orange like that? That's pretty cool. Dave Pollack is the chosen one. I am not the chosen one, though. I appreciate it, but Kenny G is definitely the chosen. The Moment by Kenny G is a way better standard. It is. What's your favorite Smash Bros. Character? I don't know. Yoshi. Dave, I don't play that. Dave, I ain't happy with my sound right now. Shock, but I'm doing long. Me neither. I'm not happy with my sound either. But I'm doing long tones wrong or something. Yeah, don't do them. Don't have to buy new gear. Don't. Just listen to people that you want to sound like, and then start just randomly, not randomly, but start adjusting things little by little within your mouth, your tongue position, the way you articulate the note. All that stuff goes into the actual tone. Now, if the actual sound is like too buzzy or something, maybe the reed is not right. I would always look to the reed first, and then just really voice the, not voice, but like get the pitches kind of lined up in your round out your sound with your articulation or with your embouchure and your throat and your tongue and stuff like that. Sorry, I'm doing 10 things at once. Whoa, he's not there yet. I have to, who's not there yet? Oh, I'm not the chosen one. Somebody asked about teaching before. Are you preparing to do online teaching? Race, hold on, give me a second. I'm going back. Because someone was saying something about as an up-and-coming teacher. Whoever said that, say that again. Because there's so many comments here. I use $100 bills. Go on my Instagram. There's a picture of me. I said when you I combined my last 13 jazz gigs together to be able to unstick my pad, and it was a $100 bill. It's pretty funny. How do I play fast notes in my solo? I did a video called Playing Fast. Look at it. I have to teach K to 4 online music online. Whoa, K to 4. I don't know about that, but I have been teaching online, Race. I've been our school went to fully online, and all my private lessons now I moved to online. So I had like I before this all happened, I had only a couple online kids and a whole bunch of in-person kids. So I moved all the in-person ones to online now using Zoom video conferencing. And then for the day job, the regular public school thing, we're doing assignment-based stuff. So it'll be like, hey, during each time we use Google Classroom, so we do a half-day schedule, so like half-hour periods. So during our band time, whenever they would be there, to say it's 10 to 10:30 in the morning, they would log into Google Classroom at 10 o'clock. I would say, hey, everybody comment so I know you're here. They'd comment, whatever. I give them an assignment. And then like one of the times I said, send a funny picture of you practicing. And then this week we're going to do like a Google form for like the younger kids about like note recognition. Which one is a quarter note? Which one is an eighth note? How many beats is this measure? What's a time signature? Blah, blah, blah. And then also for the older kids, I might have them send us a short video practicing an exercise that we're writing out for them. It's just doing the best we can. We can't do full rehearsals or anything. Would you recommend doing long tones for an hour a day or 2 hours a day? Obviously, joke. Yeah, you better be joking. When will the giveaway be announced? So tomorrow, yeah, I didn't even think of that. So tomorrow's Sunday is noon Eastern time, Sunday, March 22nd. I will be ending it. And right at that point, I'm going to tally up all the people who entered the giveaway. So remember, to enter, you have to be subscribed to my channel and Key Leaves. You have to comment on their Instagram post that says Kenny G is the chosen one. There's like, when I first did it, I looked at that one and I had like 4 or 5 comments. There's like 150 on there now or something now. Transcribing changes sounds hard. Any tips? It is difficult, but yeah, Aiden, that's a good thing. Listen to the bass player. Listen to the bass player, but also listen to the overall sound. Like I'm a believer in sound over actual notes. So for example, in a 1-6-2-5-1 in C major, you might have C major, A7, flat 9, D minor, G7. When I first started playing, I always heard that as C major to C sharp diminished. I heard the 3-5-7 flat 9 of A7. So I would hear that as diminished. So I knew the sound that I was transcribing, but I didn't know the actual name. I didn't know like about 1-6-2-5. I thought it was like 1 sharp 1-2-5, things like that. Get the overall sound. So the bass player might give you the root unless they're playing, the 3rd or the 5th or something. But yeah, listen to the sound and listen to the phrasing, the phrases as I go through, because you'll hear some standard phrases. Oh, that's a 2-5-1. Oh, that's, step down by whole steps, things like that. How do I teach? How do I teach young students to play behind the beat? Have them listen to things that are behind the beat. Have them listen to the bassy band. Just listen to the bassy band. And one thing that staff taught me on here, Roberta Stafford taught me, is that, what's up, Liam? And that's the T. What's your favorite non-saxophone wind instrument? That's the T. Non-saxophone wind instrument has to be flute, Abby. Sorry, what was I saying? Oh, playing behind the beat. One thing that Roberta Stafford taught me, I was watching her teach, and it was a great thing. When you play quarter notes, think of the syllable N in between. Dot and dot and dot and dot and dot, because kids always like to compress the rest. Dot, dot. That's usually where the rushing happens, is during rests, during quarter notes. Do dot. Do dot dot dong dot and dot and do and dot and do dot. So you can really pull back like that. All right. So really quick, about 2 more minutes. I'm gonna like rapid fire through some questions. All my stuff in university moved online. Not sure I'm gonna be assessed. All up in the air. Well, good luck with that. They might do like project, like assignment, like you have to write stuff maybe for theory-based stuff, composition stuff. Maybe you'll send in recordings. What's your favorite non-saxophone wind instrument? Oh, and that's the T. Oh, I don't have that. Sorry. Oh crap. I do use my mug like every single day. I use the Spill the Tea Sis mug. I just have this one because it holds more. I put like 2 cups of coffee in here. Is that how you transcribe stuff? Well, there's a long thing about transcribing. Do you use your team? Yeah, I do. I have arrived. Dustin, well, I'm going to be ending the live stream in about 1 minute. I've been going for an hour and 39 minutes. I said I was only going to do an hour. Do you prefer dark or bright tone? I like dark sounds, dark sound, like Dick Oates, Paul Desmond type sound, as opposed to bright. When you transcribe, do you work lines through all 12 keys? It depends. When I transcribe, I'm always transcribing for a specific purpose. So yeah, I'll probably end up taking those lines. But like full disclosure, no, I don't do every one in all 12 keys. Sometimes I'm like, ooh, that sounds cool in this section. So I just do it. How much should I practice? How much should I practice? That's like saying, you know, what should I eat for dinner tonight? It all depends on your goals and what you can fight for at the grocery store. Who did Dave Pollack is Lord and Savior 1, 2, 3? That's hilarious. Favorite standard? I've never been in love before. That's definitely my favorite standard. Any openings for online lessons? Yeah, I do. Have online lesson openings right now. Send me an email or a text or Instagram message. I don't know if you have my number, but send me a message somehow and we'll get that set up. Saw Dick Oates at a masterclass here in the UK. He's the best. The sound, best sound ever. I think best sound for any alto player of all time. Stafford, if you're still watching, that's funny. I just read your text. Double on brass instrument as well as sax. You think it's a good idea? Yeah, do it. I love playing brass instruments. I don't like practice them or anything. I don't really practice saxophone either, but brass instrument play. I love doing that. Favorite ballad? That's like actually a ballad. I mean, I've never been in love before. It can be a ballad. The Nearness of You. Were You Born a God? No, Kenny G is the chosen one. Were you guys auditions canceled? They're postponed until at some point. So I don't know. We're going to hopefully still do them live. Will your Make Jazz Great Again hats ever be available? So first of all, it's Make Jazz Fun Again, not Great Again. Whoop. Fun. Make Jazz Fun Again. I think I saw somebody email me about one. I have to get back to them. It's been a crazy thing. My inbox is just like blown up from all this craziness and online stuff. But yeah, I need to order more hats. I think I'm sold out now. I need to just make a big purchase. But yes, I'll make a post. Like I said before, follow me on Instagram. That's where I make like more daily type posts for that stuff. Like if I have more hats available, things like that. What's the top book, exercise, or technique that changed the way you play music? I mean, the Omni book got me playing like all that bebop stuff, exercise or technique, listening a lot, just listening to Dick Oates a lot. Get me to play the way. I mean, not just Dick Oates, but like he's the big thing. Favorite song from Forrest Gump? I don't know. I haven't seen it. Is water wet? Is it like an existential, like philosophical question? Like a Michael Stevens at Vsauce kind of question? Like, is water actually wet? Or is it in between the molecules? I don't know. I was trying to transcribe this lick you played in the improv clinic. Oh, yeah? Good luck. Hope it was cool. Listening more important than practicing? 100%. 100%. If you're going to either listen or practice for a certain amount of time, always listen over practicing. Because you need to internalize. If you don't internalize it, practicing is just moving your fingers around. Thanks for doing the live. Glad I caught the last. But yeah, I'm on for an hour and 42 if you want to go back and watch it. It's mostly just me trying to answer tons of questions the whole time. I go off in a couple tangents. I started playing soprano. Here, Race. I don't know if you saw me playing, but here, this is for you, man. Word. All right. The Fast Lake people need more jazz books. What do you recommend? I need more jazz books. What do you recommend? The Lenny Niehaus. Abby, send me an email. The Lenny Niehaus jazz conception books are great for working on technique and stuff like that. I have them all as PDFs. Send me an email and I'll email them all to you for free. So there's that. Lenny Niehaus jazz conception. I have a duet book too. It's duet and 3 books there. I was just watching Vsauce. Very philosophical. Yeah. It's been great tonight. Thanks, Dave. Tonight. Yeah. Appreciate it. I'm amazing. Oh, thank you. Thanks for the advice. All right, guys, I got to get running. So, see, Peter, that's what I'm talking about. Like there was a question. I already have Niehaus. All of them. I have some other ones. Send me an email. I have some other stuff I'll send you. Or if I don't have the actual PDF, I'll send you recommendations of which ones to get or to find online or in a store or something. Lenny G is Kenny G's successor. I only have one. Oh, I have 4 of them. So yeah, send me an email. All right, guys. So I got to go. I'll leave you with some smooth jazz, but thank you all for tuning in. I will do this again. And like I said, with the camera, I want to make this more regular. I think I said that when I did the Kenny G 5,000 times over the summer, but that was literally like 9 months ago. And I was like, oh, I'm going to do this more often. And then I didn't. So, but I am, especially now, I might do it again this upcoming week because we have so much time at home. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you probably all are here and you're all subscribed already, but if not, please share this video, share my channel. The bigger we grow it, the better it'll be, the more cool stuff I'll be able to do. Here we go. Last little thing. I just showed up. Yeah. Sorry. An hour and 44 minutes. If you see how long I've been streaming for, say Kenny G 1 million times. If I hit 1 million subscribers, I'll literally do it 1 million times. I'll live stream 1 million times. That's no problem. Well, almost there.